What's up, everybody? DeAngelo here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And I wanted to make this video on becoming heartless in the eyes of normal people. Alright, so when you become a marketer, you get well established in this stuff and you're doing it for a while, you kind of become heartless in a sense, in a sense of normal people, right? Like, very sensitive situations just become like, you're just fucking stupid, you shouldn't have done that. Like things where it's like common sense, like you knew the outcome but you did it anyway. Like, a lot of marketers are just not gonna feel sorry for people when they do stupid stuff like that. Like, let's say, for example, you see someone, they go out and they party and they smoke and they drink and they buy all these TVs and shit they can't afford, and then rent comes around and they're like, oh man, I really need to pay my rent. So then they come to you like, oh dude, help me pay my rent. Help me pay my rent, man. I'm gonna get put out on the street. Help me pay my rent. And then you're like, no. A normal person's gonna see you as being heartless for that, especially if you're, let's say, you're making 6 figures a year and, the rent's like $500. You can pay it, no problem. Wouldn't even be a day's work for you. But you say no anyway. People are like, oh, dude's heartless as hell. He know you want to miss that money, blah, 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 blah. So like something like that, you'll be, as in the eyes of a normal person, a regular, typical person, you're an asshole, you're a dick, you're self-centered, the whole 9 yards, right? And that's not true at all. Because that person should have been fucking responsible. Like, why should you have to take your hard-earned money to pay for their fucking mistakes? Right? It's not a lot. Oh, no, it don't matter, though, because it's only a little bit of the money. That's broke-minded people shit. Broke-minded people think like that. Oh, someone's going to come bail me out because I fucked up all my stuff. Like, no, that's not how the world works. That's not how this works at all. So, like, you're going to become, I wouldn't say you become heartless or whatever, but in the eyes of normal people, you're going to become heartless. Right? Like, people are going to hit you up like I had someone hit me up one time. Like, hey, man, I needed $20,000 for this headstone. I'm like, what? Sure, I could have gave it to him or whatever. I'm like, $20,000 for a headstone for someone that I don't even know? Like, why would I do something like that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And true, I knew this person or whatnot, and I'm sure that they're, I forgot who it was, but, that was a loved one to them or whatever. But I'm like, 20 grand for a headstone. Like, what are you talking about? Why would I do that? But to them, oh, you're heartless because you have the money and you're choosing not to give it to me. You're heartless, right? But to me, I'm like, I don't even know this person, right? But I'm heartless because I won't give up my hard-earned money for someone that I don't even know. Right? So I'm like, when it comes to sensitive stuff, like even like rape, for example, right? I know that's a big one, like, but if it's like, if you know the outcome and you still do it, it's just like, and you see people still do it, like, you just become, like, again, in the eyes of normal people, it's heartless. Like, if someone hits me up, like, or well, not hit me up or whatever, but like, they like make a post like, oh, I went to this party and I got super sloppy drunk and then I got raped. Like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? That's like if a black person goes to a Ku Klux Klan meeting and they would be like, oh my God, I got killed. Well, no fucking shit. We don't live in a beautiful world at all. There are tons of fucking creeps and monsters and pieces of shit out there. It is not sweet by any means. Should a girl be able to go to a bar or go to a party, get completely sloppy drunk if she wants to, and wake up without nothing happening to her? Absolutely. Should a black person be able to go get pulled over without having to worry about their life getting taken away? Absolutely. Should gay people, be able to go to certain places without being, made fun of and feel bad about their sexuality? Absolutely. But that's not the world we live in, right? So when you realize that and you still do stupid shit, just don't care. Right? That's like if you see a homeless person on the ground, they out there sleeping or whatnot, and you give them money. You give them $50, right? And they take that $50 and they go, they got two choices. They got Pizza Hut next door. They got, Walmart. They got a dollar store, and then they go to Pizza Hut, right? They go to Pizza Hut all throughout the day. They go for morning, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they spend like $15, $20 on a pizza each time. Boom, 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 boom. Why would you wouldn't feel sorry for that person no more? Because they fucking stupid with their money. You got a dollar store right there. You got a Walmart right there. You could have got a loaf of bread and some meat You could have ate off that $50 for like 2 weeks, but you chose to, buy a pizza and eat one time, and eat 3 times when you could have ate several times over the course of 2 weeks. Like, when you see stuff like that and you're a marketer, like, especially if you're a marketer that came from nothing, you're gonna look at it like that just doesn't make sense. Like, you're just gonna become heartless in the sense of, in the eyes of a normal person, you're gonna become heartless. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, in my eyes, I don't see any of us as being heartless or anything like that. It's just like, if you know the outcome of something and you still do it, like, don't be upset when that outcome happens. Like, if you're speeding, you're going 150, and the speed limit's like 50, like, don't be upset when, your driver's license gets suspended, or you get a $800 ticket, and why would you want someone else to pay for your mistake? You did that shit, right? So, like, marketers, like, we think more logically, I should say business owners in general, depending on which businesses or whatever. Like some people might not understand where I'm coming from right now, but like, once you do this for a while and you realize that you just cannot help everybody, like I said, guys, I would love to help everybody and everyone. Like, everyone that's watching these videos, I would love to help everyone and every single person, but you can't help everybody. Oh, I don't have any money for this. I don't have any money for that. But you got a $3,000 TV, a $2,000 refrigerator, a $1,000 iPhone, a $30,000 car. But you can't afford $50 for a course. You spend $20,000 a year on schooling to learn shit that you can go on YouTube for free, but you can't afford $100 for a course. You can pay $500 a month in insurance for a car, but you can't spend $30 a month for, some software that can help your life, and make you more money. So I'm like, it's like stuff like that. Like, you just, like I said, in the eyes of a normal person, you are going to be so heartless because you have the money. You have the means to be able to do everything, but you choose not to do it. You choose not to give them your hard-earned money. But at the same time, if the roles were reversed, and let's say you asked them for like $10, they still wouldn't give it to you, depending on who it is or whatever. But for the most part, that's real life how it goes. You can call them up like, hey man, I need $10 for some gas. Oh, I ain't got it. That's some shit right there. But that's pretty much it. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, all that fun stuff. I just wanted you guys to know that, like, especially if you're a new marketer, you are most likely going to face this, one way or another. There are people out there that's going to try to make you feel bad. They're going to call you heartless and all this stuff or whatever. And it doesn't happen often, at least for me anyway. It only happened probably like 4 times in like the last 3 years or something like that. Like I said, when it comes to like sensitive situations for normal people, like, for a marketer, it's just going to be like, that's fucking common sense. You shouldn't have done that. You know better. Not true. Like I said, we should live in a world where everyone can do whatever. We live in a world, we should live in a world where, people shouldn't have to feel discriminated against, or people don't have to worry about getting roofied or all that stuff, right? Like, we shouldn't have to be worried about that, but that's not the world we live in. And if that's what you, like, think that the world we live in, then you're going to have a very rude awakening. But that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, Team Heartless.